Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to talk about kind of some small cameras and stuff that you can use for vlogging. So I'm Daniel Norton, photographer here in New York. I make these videos, now it looks like every day, about philosophy, about technique and stuff like that. And we're kind of going through a series of videos on kind of vlogging and stuff because I want you guys to get out there and start doing this. We're home, most of us, or many of us, so let's get out there and share our knowledge with people. So anyways, yesterday we talked about mics. I talked about some of the more simple mics, like this is the blue microphone, I talked about that. If you missed that, I'll see if I can put a link in the, like a card. I know a lot of people don't watch these on computers though, and you can't see the cards. So I'll also put it in the description because I had that issue yesterday. I'll put a link in the description. I'll also put it in the cards. Pretty much any of the gear I talk about, I'll put in the description. We'll start building a list of things I talk about so you guys can go back and look at it. But anyways, so I'm using, and we'll talk about this eventually because this is more of a advanced thing, I guess. I'm using a Nikon Z6 to film myself. You know, that's a little bit more advanced, but if I was on a desert island, which in a sense I kind of am, and I had to do live streaming and stuff, and I was looking for like the most basic solution, I would use the thing that I probably used the most until very recently, which is the Mevo. So I've talked about this a few times, I think, but usually I'm using it when I say it. So the Mevo is basically a tiny little camera designed for live streaming. So this is the whole thing. You use your phone or a tablet or such. I don't think there's a computer app. I've never tried that. But you use the phone or a tablet. And basically you drop this thing on a don't drop it. You put it on a tripod. You fire up the app. And from within the app you can control. You can record. You plug a mic into your phone generally. If you're using your phone for this, that's how I do it. But we'll talk about it in a second. And, you know, a little like a Rode Smart Lav or something to your phone. You know, you hit record on the phone and you can go. What's cool about the Mevo is this. It is basically shooting just a single wide lens 4K, and it's designed to kind of cut into it. So what you can do is, let's say you had two people talking, because I use this a lot when I do interviews and stuff. What you would do is you would have basically your wide shot, and then when you click on, let's say, somebody's face, it will punch into them, because it's only outputting 1080. So even though it's recording 4K, or streaming 4K or whatever, it's outputting 1080 in the end, right, to these like cut scenes. You can actually use it almost like a multicam. The only downside is that obviously it's in a fixed position. So a true multicam, you can have different angles and stuff like that. So as I learned when I first got it, I tried to do a cooking thing with my friend, and it was like, that didn't really work. I had to add another camera because as soon as he turned around, we couldn't cut to him turning around basically. So there's definitely limitations. But for vlogging, I mean, this thing is tiny. Most of us already have smartphones, I'm assuming, you know, if you're already looking into this. Oh, I should say too, you can record the whole screen in 4K if you really want 4K and cut it later. So you can do that. But what's cool about this, and the reason why I suggest it and like it, is because this is designed for live streaming. So even though with many of my portrait videos, I don't actually live stream it, I record it and then put it up later. You can live stream directly with this plus your phone. And that makes it incredibly versatile. So if you are looking to vlog or whatever, this is great. You know, and also for people that are, you know, new to it, or even me, because I like to see myself, you know, you can hold your phone up and kind of see what you're seeing. So you kind of get a good idea of what you're filming. And if you want to cut around, I mean, I've used it for other videos too, where I've done punch-ins and stuff. So again, super good. There's two versions of it, I believe, currently, unless they come out with another one that I didn't see yet. There's the older version that has, you can tell the difference because it has like a red speaker area here, and then there's a newer version. I believe the main difference, although there may be many technical differences that, you know, they don't tell the consumer necessarily, is that this one has like a better Wi-Fi signal. So if you can splurge for it, it's maybe $100 more. I'd get the newer version personally. It records onto micro SD. It charges with USB, you know, the little USB charger. You can also run it off the AC, so you can leave it plugged in if you do a long stream, because it only has about an hour, maybe 90 minutes battery. And it's a really, really simple interface. So this is something, if you're going to do vlogging or do live, this is great. You know, it's all in one. You don't need a computer there. The reason why I started using it really is because I was recording on my porch. My computer's not on my porch, right? Like right now, I'm sitting in my office with my computer, so I'm recording. But if I want to be on location, I can literally just bring this with me. In fact, this is something I carry in my backpack all the time. So, as I mentioned, you know, you can do the audio. It does have a microphone, I should say that, on it. You know, if in a pinch, you could do that. But really, you're better off plugging like a nice lavalier microphone into your phone. There's also an app, a free app. I mean, the main app is free as well. that you can give to people who you might be interviewing or whatever, and you can actually attach multiple phones just as audio inputs. So like you could have a bunch of friends, they could all have their phone with the mic plugged in and then bring those all in. So you have multiple people, which is cool because what I did when I needed that before was I had a splitter and whatever, so it was a bit of a pain. This is actually much nicer. I haven't actually had to use it like that yet, but so I can't tell you how well it works, but I'm assuming it works fine. So that's the basic Mevo, and for 99% of people, this is probably all you need to start with. They do make an item called Mevo Boost, which I have, which is this. This is basically a huge battery. It gives you, that's the Mevo with the bottom taken off. It gives you about 10 hours, I think, something like that, of extra life. So it makes it bigger. You can see it actually charges the Mevo too if you put it on top, which it's doing right now. That's why it's green. And this adds a bunch of functionality. Mostly it adds Ethernet and a USB. Now, a USB in for like mics and stuff. So basically what this means is if you have something like this blue snowball, you can plug this USB mic into the Mevo and use it. I have a couple of different adapters. One that's like a USB mic adapter that gives you a 3.5 millimeter jack, so I can actually plug my labs into it if I want to do that. And that, any kind of USB mic, it'll work. The Ethernet port is great because if you feel like you have weak Wi-Fi or no Wi-Fi, or you just need more consistent stuff, especially with business people. I suppose I didn't mention that. Again, this is not a full product detail thing. I'm just kind of telling you what I use. Normally, when I'm streaming from the Mevo, I'm usually using my phone because I'm somewhere and I'm just using my phone's internet, which is fine. Or maybe you don't have internet on your phone. So what you can actually do is log into like a local Wi-Fi. So like if I'm at my house now, I could actually go put the Mevo on my home Wi-Fi and stream that way, or I could plug the Ethernet cable in. So it gives you a lot of options. Like if you were a home vlogger, like if you were doing what I'm doing now but wanted to use this, and you had the Boost, I would probably plug Ethernet into it and just leave it set up all the time. It's easy to do like that. And I think I mentioned yesterday when we were talking about the blue microphone so I've done a few things where we had like people around a table. Like games basically we're playing, and I wanted to record them, so I used the Mevo with the Boost and plugged the blue mic in so that everybody at the table could be heard, and we got a wide shot, and we could actually punch in on individual people if we wanted to. So it's super good for that. So Mevo is pretty cool. I will mention other cameras I've used and stuff as we go through this and other audio things. Again, I don't want to make these too long already. I feel like I'm making it long. So let's jump into the next subject. On that note, I am actually in a couple hours. It'll be actually by the time this video goes live, it'll be over. Going to be on Adorama's Facebook page with many of, if not all, all available. Let's say they could do it today. Hosts at it's 1 p.m. Eastern, but whatever it's going to be on. They've been doing that now. Believe that Seth is spearheading this. I don't know if he's always going to be the one, but where they're going to do live chats with various hosts and other people that are associated with Adorama. Earlier in the week, Joe McNally was on. That was fantastic. So that's still there. If you guys haven't seen that, go watch Seth talk to Joe. Joe's amazing. But all of us are going to be on Friday, and then I believe what they're going to do is every weekday, watch that video, and Seth will probably say exactly the rules schedule, however you want to call it. They're going to have different people on like every day, and I think at like 1 p.m. Eastern or whatever, and for like an hour of chatting, different photographers. So that's great, information you can get there. So tune into that because that'll be super useful for you guys. I didn't bring it over here, but people have been asking like, what can we do, right? And we are actually, spoiler, but hey, you know what? You follow me, you get inside information. All the hosts are getting together, and we're all going to do challenge videos on Adorama. And I think actually Vanessa may have already done hers, so maybe it's not a spoiler. And basically, we're going to try to do cool tasks at our house. Must be time for the fire department does that every day. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So yeah, there'll be stuff for you guys to do. Tune into YouTube, Adoram, youtube.com/AdoramTV, and you'll see the various hosts. But I was I was changing a light bulb, and I realized that this is an LED one. A lot of people have some kind of light bulb around their house. So if you're looking for something to do, see if you can use one of these light bulbs, just a simple light bulb, to light something. Let's all light the same thing so we can see how we might do it. Let's light a coffee mug. So a coffee mug or a teacup with one bulb. Go ahead and do some stuff and light them up. And go ahead and, if you're on Instagram, hopefully that'll work better, tag me in the photo, and we'll see if we can, I'll take a look at them. We'll see what we can create with these, and maybe we'll showcase some of them. We'll figure out a way to do it. But single light, single bulb, not this one because it's broken, but LED. I don't care if it's LED, whatever it is. One single light bulb light up some kind of a cup, or let's say a beverage. So it could be anything. It could be a juice. Maybe you guys don't like hot drinks. I don't know. Teacup, coffee cup, juice. Let's see what you guys can do. Start tagging me. I want to see it on Instagram, which is Daniel Norton, if you guys don't know that. And let's try to just have some fun, with various things. And then that'll be it for today. So light bulb, check out Adorams Facebook for more and more people talking. Of course, I'll be back. Like I said, I'm going to try to do these every day, even though they're going to be short. Little by little, I'm going to show more and more stuff. Oh, let me know, guys, what you're using, because I know a few people have already thrown out some of the mics they're using, which is cool. I'm curious, of course, even though I have a setup, but also this is useful for other people that are watching the video and they want to see what other people are doing. Because, of course, I'm only one person and I just use the things I have. So, if you're using a different microphone or a different camera for live streaming that you think works really well, go ahead and post it in the comments and we'll talk about it a bit. If there's other things you want me to see me talk about, I will talk about just about anything, but if there's like special techniques and stuff, I may not be able to show them depending on the situation. Got Carl at home. I hope everybody's staying safe and positive. As I've said, try to do a few things every day that are just things you really like, especially if they're things that you love to do or like to do that you just don't feel like you often have time to do, like these guitars. Oh, wrong way. Look at the thing. Like these guitars back here that I hardly ever play. I'm gonna take some time, just sit down 10 minutes a day or whatever, and just start messing with it again because I like to do it. It keeps me happy. So let me know what you guys do. Maybe that it's non-photo related. That's cool to just kind of, again, this is a community we want to all talk about that. And of course, if you haven't already, go ahead, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you next time.